All right. What time is it? Yeah, Neil Ratner Rock Doc here with a story. Okay, May 1972. Although the band Mott the Hoople had a cult following in the UK, they had little commercial success and were about to break up when none other than David Bowie stepped in. And today, I thought I would tell you a little about the band and their relationship with Bowie that you might not know. But as usual, a little background first. All right. Guy Stevens, an executive at Island Records, had a lot to do with the formation of Mott the Hoople. He became aware of a band named Silence, with the lineup of Stan Tippens on vocals, Mick Ralphs on lead guitar, Vernon Allen on keyboards, Pete Overland Watts on bass, and Dale Griffin on drums. Now, envisioning a band with a sound that would be a combination of the Rolling Stones and Bob Dylan, imagine that, Stevens recruited and mentored Ian Hunter as lead singer. They had actually put an ad out. Ian Hunter answered the ad. Stevens loved Ian Hunter and decided he needed to be the lead singer, not Stan Tippens. Okay, so that's what happened. Ian Hunter became the lead singer, and Stevens demoted Stan Tippens to road manager. Now, Guy had been in prison for a couple of months for some minor drug offenses while he was working at Island. Worked at Island, got busted, spent a couple months in jail, came back and worked at Island again. And while he was in jail, he had read the Willard Manus novel, Mott the Hoople, and thought it would be a perfect name for the band. I think the novel's about a circus freak. I'll have to pick it up one day, see what it is. Okay, now Stevens even served as Mott's manager, and he produced their 69 debut album and its 1970 follow-up, Mad Shadows. But after Mad Shadows met with poor sales and negative reviews, Mott got rid of Stevens and produced their third album, Wildfire, themselves. But that album was a commercial failure also. So they rehired Guy Stevens to produce the next album, Brain Capers, which was also a commercial failure. Good band, cult following, just couldn't get people to buy their records. All right, so now it's 1972. They're on the verge of splitting up. They drop Stevens again, and this time they sign with a manager named Tony Defries. Now, Tony Defries happened to be David Bowie's manager. And here's where the Bowie connection came in. Defries was Bowie's manager. Bowie was a big fan of the band, and Bowie was a friend of bass player Peter Overland Watts. Now, let's get back to Mott. March 26, 1972, the band is scheduled to play a gig in Zurich, Switzerland. Now, according to Ian Hunter, we were done. In Switzerland, they converted these empty gas tanks into clubs, and we were over there doing those. I'm like, there's nothing worse than this. We got on a train back and decided to split. And before I even had time to think, what am I going to do? Pete rang Bowie straight away, and all that started. Now, according to keyboard player Vernon Allen, he liked our image and sent us a telegram inviting us to his agent's office in London. He had on a blue catsuit and played dudes to us on a blue acoustic guitar. We'd never met him before, but he just had this unmistakable star quality about him. After that, me and him went for a pizza. He looked very thin, like he'd not eaten in a few days. I remember him putting his Starman single on the jukebox and him telling me, your song will be on there before too long. Can you imagine David Bowie eating pizza? He's putting his music on and telling you you're going to be like him. Okay. Now, David offered them his song Suffragette City from his soon-to-be-released album Ziggy Stardust, which they turned down. But according to Hunter, he offered us a few. Later, he offered us Drive-In Saturday. I had changed the arrangement. We had a good version. Then Tony Defries said, he doesn't want you to do that one. Okay. Then David says, when I found out they weren't going to do it, I shaved my eyebrows off. I figured Defries was telling him one thing and me another. They were all those games going on, all the time. Bowie then wrote the song All the Young Dudes, especially for them. And according to David, I literally wrote that within an hour or so. And I almost thought, this will be an interesting thing to do. Let's see if I can write this song and keep them together. It sounds terribly modest now, but you go through that when you're young. All right. The lyrics were inspired by Bowie's vision of Mott the Hoople as a Clockwork Orange-style street gang. And besides producing the track, Bowie sang backup and clapped. As we all know, the song was a hit, and the band stayed together, and I think they're still out there touring now. Of course, with a few changes and whatever. All right, that's my story. Mott the Hoople, David Bowie. All right, go to my website, buy my book, More Great Stories, Neil, NeilRatnerOCKDOC.com. Buy the book, tell me how you want me to endorse it, and I will. Listen to me, 3 o'clock on Saturdays, WDST Radio Woodstock with This Week in Rock. You can go to WDST.com on the internet, and on the audio section, all of my segments are archived. And who knows, maybe I'll see you somewhere soon. Hopefully I'll be out there promoting my book and talking and whatever. All right, it's Memorial Day weekend here in the States. Have a great rest of the weekend. It's beautiful out there today. Get outside if you can, and I will see you next weekend for another great story, or listen to me on WDST, or I've been doing a series of interviews, so I may show up on your radio channel. You never know. Okay, have a great day. I'll see you real soon. Bye now.